Hello, guys. So I want to say that the reason why that I'm interested in Mormonism, and I want to kind of elaborate on this, is because I believe that Mormonism is a very interesting sect of American Christianity. It is a very uniquely American um, idea, phenomenon. It is a very interesting phenomenon in the lives of the modern day American state. I understand there are many ex Mormons on YouTube who have a lot of baggage and they don't like the church. I'm aware of their reasons for why they don't like the church. But the thing we have to understand is that the LDS Church, as sometimes called the Mormon Church, LDS people like to call it the LDS Church, the Church of Latter day Saints, not the Mormon Church, because Mormon is kind of, it was used in the early 19th century when it really, from the beginning of the Mormon religion in 1830, with the publishing of the Book of Mormon, it was used early on to attack Mormon people or attack the faith of the Latter day Saints. I'm going to use the terms interchangeably here. So, my general viewpoint is that the Mormons or the LDS Church, they do a lot of great work. They are not a radical organization that wants to put women into slavery. They don't want to do that. Handmaid's Tale is not real. It's an unrealistic, highly over exaggerated, very poorly written story and TV show that is largely, in my opinion, nothing more than Oscar bait or Emmy bait or whatever you want to call it. That's essentially what it is. The LDS people, they do a lot of work for the people around the globe. They want to help people. The question is are the metaphysics that Christians believe in, is it real, or is it just, are we not looking in the right direction on the understanding of really what the divine really means in our lives? And the thing is that I don't really care about that really right now. Um, what I really do care about is people criticizing the Mormon church and saying that, it's an evil church or that it doesn't have any value or whatever, or, they suppress sexuality or whatever. Look, um, a lot of these people, I can understand I'm an outsider, right? I grew up atheist mostly. I mean, for me, religion is like, you could say at worst, I'm looking at it as like infotainment. It's for my own entertainment. At best, it is a way for me to embrace my own faith that is bubbling within me. But I just, I'm not interested in creating a narrative that the Mormon church is an evil church. I don't believe in that. Or a hypocritical church. I don't believe that. Um, yes, they have changed their teachings many times, but I believe that what Joseph Smith said about the churches being ever changing, the Mormon church has been willing to change its views, and its members have been largely, I'm not saying every Mormon, I mean, this is the problem though with the Mormons or the LDS people, is that calling themselves Latter day Saints, I mean, it does open them up to, if they don't meet their standards, then people will say, oh, they don't actually believe in it, or they're a bunch of hypocrites who don't actually believe anything that the elders say or whatever. Look, human beings are human beings, right? They are flawed beings, and I have spent many times thinking about, we human beings have our issues, and the thing that really gets to us is kind of thinking these utopian visions that, we're just going to all be perfect. It just doesn't work that way. Mormons, or the LDS Church, they do great work. Okay, I've looked for their website. They talk about all the things the missionaries are doing. And I understand there is a podcast called Mormon Stories where they talk about, oh, the dark side of this, the dark side of that. No, I'm not interested in talking about that on my channel. I'm not doing that. I'm not that kind of person because I'm not an insider. I don't have for me, some people would say I'm just fetishizing the Mormon church or whatever. I'm not doing that. So what I want to say is this. What this channel is about being essentially, you could call me a Mormon ally. That's why I called it Mormon Ally. I consider myself to be a friend of this church. I like the Mormon people. I find them to be a more serious kind of Christian versus kind of these wishy-washy Christians who treat the religion as like some social kitchen, like a kitchen where they meet together on Sunday and they don't do anything. The Mormons do something. They have beautiful temples instead of these ugly postmodern monstrosities we have with the Baptists, the Methodists, whoever else. Catholics, there's a Catholic church near me that is kind of messed up when you look at it. But the thing we have to understand here is that Mormons, they have brought much good to the United States. And I believe that the people who, attacked Joseph Smith, took his life, they were misguided very greatly, and they didn't really understand what the LDS people were trying to do. And I understand there are a lot of people who will criticize the church because they don't agree with its metaphysics, they believe only in materialism and whatever. But at the end of the day, religious people always are more passionate about helping others. And you don't see that with, atheists who oftentimes are more interested in tooting their own horn than actually doing anything. They live off the largesse, the bounty of Christianity or Islam or Buddhism or whatever, or Judaism or Hinduism or Jainism or the Sikh religion or whatever else we want to talk about. This is what these people do. If they were in control and they had all the power, our society would look a lot worse. Okay? We can talk all we want about emphasis on science, but without limiting factors, without the ability to, limit ourselves and limit our desires, limit our desires to want to rule the world and conquer the world. This is what Christianity provides. This is what the Mormons understand. And they are not perfect people. I understand that. And I think people get hung up on this idea every single time a Mormon makes a mistake, then it means like the whole thing doesn't mean anything. I don't agree with that. We have to be willing to accept that people make mistakes. And the reason why I started this channel is because I'm fascinated by the Mormons. I'm very interested in their culture and who they are as a people. And I believe that we can help to engender some sort of interreligious conversation between all the sects and denominations of Christianity. And this is why I have this channel on YouTube. Thank you, and please subscribe if you want to continue to join me on this journey.